So hello everyone, welcome back to another watch videos, and thank you so much for coming in. As you can see here, I have a Hamilton X-Wind. I've owned this watch for quite a few years now, and I'd like to share with you some of its function. I really like this watch. Let's go over the specs, and then we'll talk about the instruments on this thing. It is about a little over 42 millimeter in diameter, 54 millimeter lugs to lugs, roughly 15 millimeters, a little over 15 millimeters thick, so it is a thick watch. It's kind of a heavy watch. The movement is a Bezel 7750 modified, so Hamilton called it an H21, which means they modified it a little bit to a 60-hour reserve versus the 48-hour reserve in a Bezel 7750. It is a limited edition. It is gold plated. They did a wonderful job gold plating this thing. It is rose gold, and of all the years and the wear that I've put on this watch, it has not rubbed off. Limited edition, this is number 116 of 2000, and it is synthetic crystal, has a back window in synthetic crystal, and the glass in the front is also a sapphire scratch resistant crystal. What you see there, does the hand the hours indicators are in a sword hands with needle tips, and it's also included in the same style inside the sub dial. As you can see, they left out the 3 and the 9, and it's because of the date window and the second repeater there. However, unlike some of the other X-Wind, they do have a 6 and a 12. Let's talk about the band. It's a wonderful band. They make the best band around. It's made in Germany with a gold-plated buckle also. And all the years I've had this thing held up extremely well. Right, so let's talk about the instrument. So outside here is a bidirectional bezel, and it's to indicate your airspeed. And I don't know why it's not turning a few seconds ago. Maybe it's because I'm making that. There it is. It was latch. But as you can see, it's bidirectional, and you can set it to the top for your airspeed. So if it says 13, it means you're doing 130 miles an hour. The manual says 130 miles an hour. However, I would think they would use nautical miles versus mile per hour. So these are screw down crowns. I have it unscrewed. As you can see inside the window there, the little window, it's to indicate the degree of wind, what's your wind degrees, and the internal outside bezel there is your wind speed. And you take those three numbers with a plastic, kind of like a plastic gauge. It comes with this watch, and you calculate your drift angles. And I see that this could be used by a co-pilot versus the pilot himself or herself. Let's talk about the push button. Because it's kind of complicated when you're trying to calculate this and fly at the same time, I would imagine, on a smaller aircraft. So the push buttons are squared. It is a Bezel 775. However, when they put this in this watch, they put it on upside down because in a normal chronograph, the push button are on this side. So to start the chronograph, you push this button and stop it and then reset it, and everybody knows that. So when they put it in this watch upside down, your start stop button is down here, and your reset button is right there. It is handy if you are wearing gloves and decide to use the chronograph, because if you're wearing gloves and the chronograph's over here, you have to push your gloves out of the way. On this side, you just start and stop it and reset on this side. Outside of that, I'm not sure. Is there anything else I need to talk about when it comes to this timepiece? I don't think so. Thanks for coming in. That's it for me today. You guys have a good one.